Well, it is the 1st of October 2025. Happy new month and a very good afternoon to you, our dear viewer of Capuchin TV, from wherever you're tuning in from. And welcome to yet another episode of the Formerly Faith Show with me, your host, Susan Bulemi. So on 27th of September, which was last Saturday, we joined the youth serving in Christ, or commonly known as the YSC, in Ruiru, whereby they held their music and drama festivals, which was a very eventful day. There were a lot of activities, a lot of performances, whereby we are going to discuss about all that today on the show. And also, I'm joined by my wonderful guest who is going to help me elaborate more and analyze more on the performances that were performed on that day. And also, just to mention, there were many parishes that were present, and we had St. Patrick's, we had St. Christopher Kimbo, we had Archangel Gabriel, Matia Mulumba, St. Bernadette, and also St. Francis of Assisi, who are also the hosts of the event. But remember, our dear viewer, if you'd like to participate on today's show, you can always send us an SMS via our SMS number 21760, or also you can also send us a comment on our social media handles, and your message will be delivered. But without further ado, I'd like to give my guest the opportunity to introduce himself to you, our viewer, tell us which parish he comes from and what he does. Welcome.
So thank you for having me here. My name is Festus Sirongo. I'm the vice moderator of St. Christopher Parish. And in life, what I do, I am a communication and media specialist, majoring in videography and sign language interpretation. I also do social media management.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Festus, for being here today. And you were present on that day, and it was a great day. We joined you people and we really enjoyed. And maybe first of all, you can tell us, how did you feel on that day? How was the experience on that event?
Let me say, the experience on that day, it was quite inspiring. Seeing you bring your team, the one you have been participating and you have been sacrificing, and mnabeba kikombe the end of the nini. So it was very much inspiring and motivating, and seeing our effort brought into yani life, and pia tukaweza kubeba vikombe in some of the items. It was such motivating, and the feeling was, let me say, a good feeling.
And you could actually tell even the young people present, they were very happy. You could tell from their faces, from their reactions, they were very excited in the performances that they had. And also, maybe you could also explain to our viewer today, maybe what was the main aim or what was the main theme of that YSC event that took place?
Well, the theme of that event, it was about bringing our talents and merging them in a way that it evangelizes and in a way that it builds our faith. Yes.
Okay, that is actually great. And it was actually nice because you could tell a lot of young people have a lot of talent, and the fact that they can showcase it using the church is actually very nice, right?
Yes.
And our dear viewer might be wondering what we are talking about because they have not yet seen. So maybe we could move straight, because the youth had different activities. There were the set pieces, there were oral narratives, cultural showcases, modern dances, and so much more. But maybe if we could begin first with the set piece, and we could get to see the first item that was presented. Take a look.
Tumaini shahidi wa Kristo,
niwatangazie wote habari njema,
niwape matumaini.
waliokata tamaa
Wajue kwamba
Kristo ni tumaini letu,
ninajitolea
kama mahujaji
kama tumaini shahidi wa Kristo,
niwatangazie wote habari njema,
niwape matumaini.
waliokata tamaa
Wajue kwamba
Kristo ni tumaini letu.
ninaposema
Usiogope,
wala moyo wako usiwe na shauku,
ewe tulia, Mungu atakupigania. Roho wa Bwana yu juu yangu, amenitia mafuta niwahubirie habari njema, matumaini utoa juu. Ijue kwamba Mungu anawapenda. Naleta habari njema, naleta matumaini kwa waliovunjika nyoyo, na watembelea kuwapa matumaini. Naleta habari njema, naleta matumaini kwa waliovunjika nyoyo, na watembelea kuwapa matumaini.
mwaka wa Jubilei
Tulilete ushindi mahujaji, Kristo ndiye tegemeo letu. Naleta habari njema kwa wafungwa kufunguliwa kwao, niwape matumaini niwafariji waliofiwa, wajue ya kwamba Mungu anawapendao. Naleta habari njema kwa wafungwa kufunguliwa kwao, niwape matumaini niwafariji waliofiwa, wajue ya tayari kutangaza neno lako. Bwana nakuomba, nijalie nguvu zako.
mimi ni tayari kutangaza neno lako. Bwana nakuomba, nijalie nguvu zako.
Mimi ni tayari kutangaza neno lako. Bwana nakuomba, nijalie nguvu zako. Mimi ni tayari kutangaza neno lako. Bwana nakuomba, nijalie nguvu zako. Najitoa kwako, Bwana, unifanye niwe chombo chako, chombo cha matumaini, chombo chako, chombo cha matumaini.
Mimi ni tayari Bwana nakuomba,
nijalie nguvu zako. Bwana nakuomba, nijalie nguvu zako. Nimeamua kukutumikia. Bwana naomba matendo yangu.
Wow, what wonderful performances. Such lovely singing. And maybe if I could mention, our dear viewer, if you've seen, we had 3 different choirs. The first set piece was from Saint Benedict, the second one was from Saint Patrick's, and the third was from Saint Christopher Kimball, my apologies. Festus,
yes.
What was your thought on those performances? They sang quite well.
Yes, actually my thoughts about those performances, you could have heard how heavenly it was.
Yeah.
You could have heard how well balanced is the voice they were there. Kama ungesikiza vizuri, ungesikia ya kwamba like you are being uko realm nyingine, you are in another realm. So my input on that, I think it was just heavenly, and I can commend each and every team, beginning with St. Benedict. You could have heard how powerful their voices were. Coming to the next one, St. Patrick's, you have also heard how also well balanced their voice was. Also St. Christopher, how well their voices had blended. Yes, so I think that brings an angel or angelic feeling.
Their voices were in sync, and also maybe our dear viewer should know that before we returned, I was actually telling you the uniforms from St. Christopher made them look like angels. So, yeah, so I would also like to commend them on their uniforms. I feel like it created more uniformity, and it was actually nice from them, right?
Yes.
Okay, moving forward, we had an oral narrative from another YSC member of St. Christopher Kimbo. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to tell you a tale. It's a tale of vision, mission, ambition, and vanishing deeds. It's a tale set right here, in one of the most powerful places on earth. I'm not talking about the State House. I'm talking about the Parish Youth WhatsApp group. Yes, it's a story of our very own youth member, Comrade Bazoo. Yes, Comrade Bazoo. Comrade Bazoo was a man of the people, a leader with style and confidence. Bazoo wetu, ni Bazoo, Bazoo wetu. Bazoo wetu, ni Bazoo, Bazoo wetu. Bazoo wetu. Bazoo wetu, ni Bazoo, Bazoo wetu. Bazoo wetu, ni Bazoo, Bazoo wetu. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all begun during the annual general youth election season. My friends, politics was never a big deal in church, but this time around, Father Francis promised to give the youth parish president a small office next to his office. He would also be in charge of some amount of money, and of course, Bazoo could not let this chance get away. As a sasa, campaign season began. Bazoo taking photos next to borrowed cars. He stood before the altar and declared, "My people, my people, if you vote for me as the youth president, I will make sure that we no longer sit on these broken benches. We shall have new chairs. Secondly, Wi-Fi shall be installed in each and every corner of the church. And last but not least, we shall go for a youth trip to Mombasa. Yes, wearing matching t-shirts and maybe, just maybe, Nyawa Choma under the stars." Hooray! We cheered. And of course, Bazoo was confident that he was going to win. And we voted for him. We elected him. Bazoo felt like Jesus walking on water. We cheered. We clapped. See you, Chawi. Ni maombi. See you, Chawi. Ni maombi. Ladies and gentlemen, things began to move. A youth project committee was formed. Now, I say committee, but I think it was just Bazoo and his friends Googling how to start a company in 5 minutes. Before we knew it, Otis the guitarist was now CEO of OT Global Supplies Limited. Yes, and Shiko from Sunday school, Bazoo's girlfriend, was now the owner of Shiko Divine Interior and Design. Yes, Bazoo had a PA system. Whenever we went for church events, he would be followed by 2 gigantic bodyguards. Lakini kusema kweli, design Bazoo alikuwa mkonde. Wezi wajua ni yako na kaunti ya kanisa. Wangempiga ngeta. Alihitaji hao bodyguards. Ladies and gentlemen, things began to move.
Wow, such a powerful performance from that member of St. Christopher. She's called Wanja, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And first of all, I'd like to commend her powerful voice. Yes. She commanded the stage, her presence itself. She knew what she was doing. Yes. What's your thought on her performance?
About her performance, actually she brought out that wellness of using the stage and the boldness and actually the courageous part of it because we know how naweza sema this festival zimetujenga sana na ikatufanya tukue courageous because kusimama hapo na you deliver the way she delivered kumaanisha it is such an experience ya kuwa courageous and also I can talk about her kidogo niseme like amejua talent yake ni gani through this festival and this festival actually imemsaidia ikamweza kumbuild sasa sahi tunaona how amejiweza kujiexpress and how courageously na amejiaminia. Yes. So I think it's a good performance.
Yeah. Yes. And the fact that you're actually performing in front of a lot of people, it takes a lot.
It takes a lot. Yeah. And especially with the lines kidogo ukifumble kidogo you fear. But actually what I can say with her, actually venye tumeona come out very clearly na it really tells huyo amefanya practice you know you can bring a person mwenye haja prepare enough and utaona venye anasahau maneno but from the look of things anaweza sema pia she had prepared well and ready for that. Yes.
That was a good presentation from Wanja. She really represented her parish very well. Moving forward, we also had a skit from Mary Immaculate Kumura. Maybe we could also take a look.
I told you I am blessed. I can circumnavigate the village. And now, I've got pension.
Wewe shonoka mimi nilipiga nduru nilisikia nduru ikipigwa nje.
You have lowered my self-esteem.
Kababa pole Buda ajana history unajiaibisha ama niko na forest.
In my clan, if you find yourself introducing Omwan to another Omwan, hey, Jesu, kwa jina la Baba, la Mwana na la Roho Mtakatifu.
Amina. Shindwe. Na wewe, mbona unapiga nduru? Nikiwa umeachwa
ama nimeacha sterehe imebeba kaa.
Shut up.
No.
Then what is it?
Ama nyasinali imebeba.
Shut up.
Ni ule kijana amenitumia please call me badala ya pesa. Amenicheza na nilikuwa nishamkatia.
Nini hiyo?
Sisukuma.
Na kwani ulikuwa unamkatia mboga? Ama ulikuwa unamkatia bei ya mboga?
Na mimi ulikataa kunikatia.
Nini hiyo?
Sisukuma.
Dunia imesimama. Wacha mimi nishuke.
Shuka. Na wewe. Hii ni makeup gani unatumia siku hizi na kaa tu brown?
Unaona kama hii ni makeup?
Wadau, Kenyeji, Promax.
Na hii nitabia watoto wake domo.
Ulijuaje?
Juzi, they did it to me. Niliscream. Why? Lakini, you all decided to ignore the boy child.
There has been a lot of insecurities in this area. Huyu chief tulimchagua hata anafanya nini?
Hata silence. Anaweka tu kwache.
Wadau.
Nini?
Wadau. Mimi naona huyu chief afinywe.
Kabisa.
Hapana.
Someone to call that chief.
Toni tenje. Hamtaka masimu.
Wewe.
Tunakujua. Utatutoka.
Sawa basi hata nipigia na yangu.
Ni nini inaendelea hapa?
Chief.
Mimi sijajua wewe ndiye chief. Kumbe ni wewe.
Chief, there has been a lot of insecurities in this area.
I think I made a certain comment.
What comment?
Security, start reply.
Chief, there are a lot of situations where we need electricity, especially in schools. And also, at night.
Chief, Haduna Street. Chief, you have street lights all in your compound. Now zote, they are using electricity.
Well, that's because I am the chief. Economy ilikuwa juu. Nilipanda ngazi, nikaifikia, nikaishusha. So, stop complaining.
But si ulipandisha your network. Ama aje guys?
Wacha niongee. Hapana, wewe, wacha niongee. Tusikosane hapa. Msiniguze na minimize.
What is it?
Nataka mniombe. I am going through a lot of problems. Na ni nyinyi mmeniletea.
Daktari aku. Lakini alipata kazi tumia hongo.
Aye, bwana, what are you saying? I got a D- in KCSE. I written 4. I tried. Didn't I?
No wonder. Dawa ya minyo inatibu aje meno. Haki ya Mungu. Hii ni mambo gani? Ndio maana tunaathirika huku nje.
Umchunguze. Baba, unapowazuru wengine naomba umchunguze.
Stop it.
Wow, such a great performance from the YSC of Mary Immaculate. And first of all, the drama.
Yes.
In how they presented.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think the drama is just on point. At least ni kitu yenye inakufanya you are easily you are able to follow through properly na ina make it engaging.
Yeah.
So it is a very good piece ya kuona. And then what I can comment about that piece, it has really showcased how the youths wanatumia talent yao ama through that skit to raise their voice na kuleta the challenges zenye ziko kwa society na wana expose yenye iko kwa society. I think that is a very good piece na at least wame act that is our voice vizuri sana. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And now moving forward, we also had the spoken word performances from 2 YSC members. Let's take a look.
Sahihi kwa jasho na machozi. Lakini je, hii ndio Kenya tulioota ama bado tunaota? Waliokufa kwa uhuru walikufa ili sisi tuishi huru. Lakini sasa tunaishi kwa hofu kana kwamba walikosea njia. Nikafikiria hivi basi. Kumbe ni rasta, gangster, mjanja kama trickster. Tunataka Kenya isiyo na njaa, ambapo mtoto maskini anakula kama huyu wa tajiri. Si kwa kuomba, bali kwa haki, kwa jasho linalolipwa sawa sawa. Tunataka shule, si majengo matupu, bali maarifa yenye thamani, walimu waliolipwa na kuheshimiwa. Vitabu si picha tu, bali taa ya maisha. Nikafikiria hili basi. Kumbe ni rasta, gangster, mjanja kama trickster. Tunataka Kenya isiyo na rushwa, ambapo ofisi si soko la hongo, na haki haipimwi kwa jina, ukoo au mfuko, iwe kwa mwanafunzi au hata hawa mawaziri wakuu. Tunataka hospitali zisizo mapambo ya picha, bali huduma, dawa, wauguzi na madaktari waaminifu, si maandishi tu kwenye mapango ya kampeni. Nikafikiria hili basi. Kumbe ni rasta, gangster, mjanja kama trickster. Lakini tukisema hatuwezi tena, wanatuita wahuni na kuja na mabomu. Maandamano ya amani inajibiwa kwa risasi. Wazee hawakurudi nyumbani. Majina yao sasa ni Asha. Na sasa hizi Subaru tukiziona tunakimbia. Hazileti msaada bali maafa. Ndio msema unapasa. Kumbe ni rasta, gangster, mjanja kama trickster.
This is the Kenya we want. We're having money in our pockets doesn't mean we pay for rent and tokens. It only means more problems. Hakuna pesa ya kulipa bills. Landlord akibisha mimi sema tu patience pays after all. Mimi si Bill Gates. Lakini hiyo imaanishi sitalala kwa gate. Kitu yeye haget ni ati mimi sina hata cent. food siku tatu, sijasikia hata cent. We want a Kenya where landlord akibisha kufungua sitaibika. Because rent nishalipa na chakula ndo napika. Lakini at this rate, if I was to rate my pockets from 1 to 10, hata msitense because time nitakuwa na waste. We want a Kenya where corruption has no space. But currently venye leaders wanaipeleka na high pace, unaweza dhani ni race, hatutaki. Juzi nilibiwa 50. Sikusikia fiti, lakini haingebai ni suti. Na kesi siwezi peleka koti. Pesa pia mimi sina, so kuwasaidia siwezi. Najua wengi wenu mshaview story yangu. Hapana, si ile nikiwadanganya niko majuu. Ni ya juzi nikiinuliwa nje juu. To cut the long story short, juzi nimeenda kwa hizo ofisi ati mimi kama Gen Z nakata ufisadi. Sina mengi lakini mjue nililala. Kosi kangeni.
And once again, our dear viewer, I bring up the point of confidence. To perform a spoken word and manage to bring it out in a way that you can tell they felt what they were performing. What do you think about their performance?
About their performance, I can commend, especially, let me start with the lady.
Yeah.
The lady, that script, bring out, kuna that humorous, na unapata pia akitoa those points, na ina engage pia audience vizuri. So to the lady, I loved the way alikuwa confidence, na venye alikuwa bring out. Definitely, unaweza sema that person, alikuwa, in short, practice, rehearse vizuri.
Prepared.
Well prepared. Also to the gent, also penye pia alikuwa serious nini, that person pia alikuwa prepared, and the way alileta your confidence kumaanisha maybe akona talent or something, discover talent yake. So I can comment on the confidence those two people. Na you know such items ya kupresent ukiwa peke yako, it is ina test sana confidence kubwa, unlike hizi items zingine kama kuimba yenye unaweza jificha ukamuflaji. So I think pia hizi festival imesaidia at least build confidence, just the way we have seen.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And moving forward, we also had the YSC members that presented different plays. Let's take a look.
We cannot continue residing in this expensive
Wow, such great performances from these YSC members, and also just to commend them on how everyone played their part in executing their roles, right?
Yes. Well, I love the way they brought out the emotion part of it. It was like you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And also to commend them on the backdrops that they had. That was such creativity on their end.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Moving forward, we also had modern dance performances from the parishes that were present. Let's take a look. Well, I must say our young people are really talented. Festus, what's your thought on their performance?
My thought on their performance is definitely practice. These people wamekula practice na ndio maana kama uko na mguu za left
Hauta survive.
but they are on point. Generally they're on point, and I love the way they are in sync.
Yeah.
And in synchrony now we dance vizuri.
Yeah. Okay, that is very nice. And moving forward, we also had a cultural dance or cultural showcase. Let's take a look. that was the last item, and I must say we saved the best for last because we saw Festus there. Festus, how was the experience?
Let me just say the experience was a bit challenging because that was a different language we are learning. And let me say, kukram that thing sikuwa mchezo, and then also execute, it was not a joke, but let me say it is a struggle with the benefit. Yes.
But you actually did a good job because also the costumes, they were actually nice.
Costume and Decor, thank you. I think, let me just say, on the part of Costume and Decor, it was much inspired by the tradition that we are doing, and also we had a very supportive priest when, kupatiana kaso, and the father easy goes and nini si rahisi.
Yeah, true.
But we had a very supportive parish priest, na ndio alitusupport na hizo pia the Costume and Decor, so as to support our creativity.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was actually nice, and it's actually impressive to see that the church really supported the young people in this event, and which was actually a success. Yeah, maybe, and as we conclude, Festus, maybe you could tell our viewer today what lessons maybe you took from the event on that day, and any final message you have for the people watching, for the youth that were present, and also for those who are not present, any final message you have for them.
The message that I have for the youths ni msikose kutokea hizi, or msikose kuparticipate. It is in participating in these church items where number one, you get to network. Number two, you get to have fun. Number three, you get to know your talent and discover your talent. And it is through that, after you've discovered your talent, you can be able to make a fortune out of it. So tafadhali wana youth wenye mko nyumbani, tafadhali kubalini mkuje to participate in these church activities, and let us know that this activity, it is not competition, but rather it is evangelization. It is a platform where we can have fun and we socialize, network. So tafadhali wana youth, kubalini tutoke in this activity, and mkubali to participate in this activity. Yes, thank you.
That is actually very great. And before we conclude, I have to ask this. In all the performances that were there, in all the items, which one stood out the most for you?
For me, the one that, I'm a person who loves jokes a lot. So the one which stood out for me, it was the spoken word.
Yeah.
Because the way that lady pia alikuwa na perform and analeta those jokes, ni kitu yenye number one you can relate with. And also pia this other spoken word, it stood out because that it is a very creative way ya kuleta ya ku express your voice in the society, and the way walikuwa wanaileta or how they were delivering ni kitu una relate nayo, and ni kitu yenye ni fun and to watch and listen. So for me, spoken word really stood out. Yes.
That's nice. Personally, I'd say the set pieces really stood out for me.
Yes.
Like I had mentioned earlier, as I listened to the choir members singing, I could hear angelic voices. So personally, I think the set pieces stood out for me, followed by the plays, just because of the drama. But all in all those were great performances, and congratulations to all the YSC members of the Ruiru Dinari that were present in the event. And maybe before we conclude, if we could read feedback that we're getting. We have Nicholas Kimosop, who says great show. Fifi Emush, who says she's following. Thank you so much, Fifi. We have Moravero, who says mahujaji wa matumaini pamoja katika sala. And finally, we have Dennis Mwenda Siasi watching live. Siasi, aka the humble child of God. And also finally, we have Gushu from Mary Immaculate Komura, who also says he's following and he's enjoying the show. Thank you so much, our dear viewer, for engaging with us on today's episode. And I must say it was an interesting day, it was an interesting event, and clearly our young people have a lot of talent to showcase, not just to us, but to the entire world. So once again, that was a good job from all the YSC members that were present in the music and drama festivals on Saturday. And just to echo per what Festus had said, this was not a competition. It's just a way of how the young people can evangelize and spread the gospel of the Lord. So that was all from me, Susan Bulevi, here on Capuchin TV on our Formny Faith Show. Until next week, stay safe, be blessed, and have a wonderful week ahead and a wonderful month.